Hi, everybody. Welcome to the YouTube channel of McRae's Window Cleaning. My name is Duncan. We're based right here in Brisbane, Australia. And this is the continuing series, the seven-parter on business building strategies. What do we mean? Well, we have a seven-part series on tips to help us grow personally, but also to how this will help us thrive in our business routine. So what's in today's video? Stay tuned. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to consider the subject of procrastination, putting things off that we know we should be accomplishing. You struggle with that? We all do. It's something that we seem to all battle with at some point in life. And then there's so much information. You can go on Google, on your search engine, and you can find so much information. Some feel there's up to 15 different reasons why we procrastinate, why we put off things. Now, this can really affect us in our business. For example, we might be in a window cleaning business and we might think, I'd love to expand and do gutter clearing, or I want to do house washing, or I want to do some other type of add-on service. But we hold back, not think what, knowing just how it will work. We start to get concerned. Will I be successful? Or it may be in some personal aspect of life. Generally speaking, every one of us are procrastinating about something in life. It's something that we all have to deal with. Now, Tim Urban gave a very amusing TED talk that I enjoyed quite some time ago, and he made a really interesting comment. He said, long-term procrastination has made people feel like a spectator at times in their own lives. The frustration is not that they couldn't achieve their dreams, they weren't even able to start chasing. So think about it in your own personal life. Is it a health issue that you should be trying to deal with? You're pretending it's not there. Maybe you hate the job. Maybe you're watching this and thinking, I'd love to go window cleaning like Duncan or like some of the other YouTubers that I've been watching. But I'm stuck in this job and I don't know if I really, how's it going to work out? You see, so we have this concern as to what will take place. Maybe that's what's stopping us. Maybe we're concerned about what other people will say. But it's fascinating that procrastination usually involves the non-urgent. But they're things that if we ignore them, could have been life-changing, life-defining activities. And that's why it's so important to try and overcome procrastination. So what could be the problem? What could cause us to procrastinate on some of these important decisions in life? Job change, upgrading our business, upgrading who we are as people, changing our lifestyle, improving our fitness. Well, the biggest thing that causes procrastination is fear. It could be the fear of making a mistake or a bad decision. Maybe you fear the negative opinions of other people. Or maybe you think, I'm going to disappoint my parents if I make this choice. I'm so comfortable in my little life that I fear stepping out of the comfort zone. It's the fear of the unknown. What will happen? Or the big one, the fear of failure. They're all real fears that we might face, and it may hold us back. It may cause us to procrastinate on really important decisions. So let's talk about that last one, fear of failure. Now, the human mind has a monumental fear of failure. We tend to just play it safe. We start thinking about the big things in life and we just can't contemplate it, and so it paralyzes us because to take a risk may be too overwhelming for us. But if we don't overcome this fear, if we just live a life of inaction, then, like Tim Urban says, we become a spectator in our own life. We're just on the sidelines watching. And realistically, we become very beige or vanilla in life. The, related to the fear of failure is its cousin, the fear of not being good enough. That's where people, we have our own versions of whether we measure up, whether we're good enough or not, or people who we love, our family, our relatives, our parents, may have instilled that in us. So unknowingly, this fear of not being good enough, that you just can't accomplish that. Stick with what you know. It reminds me of a friend of mine many years ago, back about 20 years ago. Mark worked at a maintenance job 5 days a week. It was secure. He got paid, everything worked well, and that was his routine. And one day he said to me, Duncan, I want to come window cleaning with you to see what it's all about. You seem to really enjoy window cleaning. It's your lifestyle's effective with being in business. I want to come and see what it's like. So he did. And he decided to leave behind that job to make the big step and start his own window cleaning business. Now, the fear of the unknown was there before him, but he was prepared to face it. But he was also prepared to face the negative comments from others about the decision he made. His father in law said, Mark, you can't just stick a sign on a car and call yourself a window cleaner. Mark said, watch me. And 20 years later, he's thoroughly enjoyed the lifestyle that window cleaning has afforded him and what he's able to do for work, caring for his family situation. So sometimes we just have to face the fear. Think about what it would be like. Is it as bad as we think? Well, let's just stop and analyze that. Is the fear of failure as bad as we think? When you were a kid, did you stop and think, I'm not going to try and walk because I might fall over? You never thought that. Children don't. They're crawling around, they try to pull themselves up. They struggle with their first steps, they fall over. They try again, they fall over. In other words, they fail. But it's really interesting. Henry Ford said, failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. And that's what we see a toddler do. They get back up, and what happens when they take a few steps? Mum and dad applauds them. They're clapping, they're cheering. And that's the clue to dealing with fear of failure. When we get back up, cheer yourself, applaud yourself the fact that you got back up. Celebrate the little successes in life, and then you'll be able to overcome them. It's really interesting that when we're afraid to try something, the reality is it's never really as bad as we think. And that's what a television host, Hugh Downs, said. Don't be afraid to try something. It doesn't hurt as bad as you think to fail. You seldom regret what you do. You usually regret what you didn't do. And he completed the quote by saying, if you build a wall around yourself, you become a prisoner of that wall. You need to take a chance. And that's what can happen. We can get so paralyzed by fear. I've got to stay in my comfort zone, that our life becomes smaller. We're going to talk about comfort zones in the future on this video series. So, how do you start dealing with fear of failure and to stop procrastinating? Two things. Start small, do it now. And it can really be very beneficial. So, for instance, let's talk about personal fitness. We know what we should do. We think, well, I don't know if I want to go to the gym, but we can start small. How can you do that? After you finish watching this video, go for a walk around the block where you live. Just put on your joggers and go for a walk. It doesn't have to be strenuous. And just over a period of a couple of weeks, make that a little longer. Maybe then go down to the local park and do it a little bit longer time and slowly build up your enjoyment of a fitness regime where you start small and do it now. Now, the results of that can be very, very beneficial. I'd like to tell you a story about my wife. 18 months ago, maybe even 2 years ago, her health took a sudden dive, so much so that she lost her strength and muscle mass. She couldn't even climb the stairs in our townhouse without trying to pull herself up on the handrail. That's how weak she became. So after some treatment, the health returned slowly but surely. So what we used to do was to go down to the seafront and take small steps at a walking regime, where at the beginning was literally a shuffle with her hanging onto my arm for support, and it exhausted her. But slowly we built it up. It became a daily practice. After a few weeks, she could walk without leaning on my arm. Slowly but surely, her strength returned. But it was those little steps, that drive. She wasn't going to just sit back and think, oh no, this is my lot in life. No, no. She stood up and decided to do something about it. Continued action, continual benefits. And now, a year and a half to 2 years later, she walks 5Ks. Time she jogs some of those 5Ks, she's very active. She races up and down the stairs in our townhouse. So let's think about it. You don't want to be looking back in a year's time and think, I should have done something about my life. I should have made those changes. Why did I procrastinate? What was I fearful? Conquer the fears. See what you can do to accomplish good. The more we put off something, the harder it becomes. It reminds me of a song by Colin Hay, the former lead singer of Men at Work. He sings a song, waiting for my real life to begin. The procrastinator is waiting for his real life. Go out and get your real life. Do something now and enjoy the benefits from facing the fear, overcoming it, and doing it anyway. And by doing that, we'll find that even though procrastination will be a continued challenge, we'll see the benefits in not procrastinating on important issues in life. Now, I'm sure you've got an opinion on that subject. If you do, please leave in your comments below, or you can reach out and share with us some comments in our social media pages at at McRae's Window Cleaning, there on Instagram and Facebook. I hope this is really benefiting you, that you're enjoying this series of business building strategies, both for your personal life and in your business. If, of course, you want to share it with someone else, please do so. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and become part of our network. That way you'll get updates on when new videos land. And if you'd like to contribute to helping us to continue to produce these videos, in the description below, we have a link to coffee.com where you can buy me a coffee, so to speak, and contribute toward the work we're doing to help people in the window cleaning and other small business industries around the world. So take care. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you next time. And we hope that in the meantime you succeed in life and are able to make some life changes, small they may be, that will bring you greater fulfillment and happiness in life. Take care. See you soon.